Theater production is not only about on stage. A lot more is going on behind the stage. This is a documentary about behind the scene. Welcome to the Backstage.
I'm Jay Beadham. I'm the designer and the technical director for the Green Center for the Performing Arts. I build scenery with the help of shop assistants and the stagecraft class. I design the lights and the scenery for the productions that theater does, as well as music's opera program. Well, Into the Woods has been around for so long that there's a number of different versions of it. I am always a big fan of the original, which won all the Tony Awards, and Bernadette Peters, who created The Witch. And so that's a production that I always look to for the sort of idea. And then this is like deeper into the woods. If you go in the backstage, there's all the little wagons that roll around on the floor, and that's all the houses. Okay. Trees for the theater are a very strange experience. And it's interesting because so many different plays involve trees. And lots of times you're looking for something that's very abstract that says trees to an audience. But Caroline Good, the director, wanted to say, here we are, out in the woods with trees, which is good because we had done some trees for her production of The Seagull, and we had added to that for our production of The Addams Family. And so the great thing is that I thought we were about halfway there, but we really weren't quite halfway there. And so we just kept at it, making the layers so that as you go into the woods, you go deeper into the woods, and the trees move from really pretty, light colors kind of thing to sort of dark and creepy looking, because that's what you do on that journey. They go into the woods, they go out of the woods, nobody likes what they got, even though they got what they wanted, and they go back in, and the second act is very dark in terms of what happens to everybody.
It's the last midnight, it's the last wish, it's the...
There are a lot of different places in the woods, which we tried to do with the light changing. And so you had sort of the town or the village way down in the front, and it was much brighter. And then as you went into the woods, we used a lot of leaf patterns in the lights and things like that. Because in terms of our budget and things like that, we're not in a position to move the trees a lot, right? So we made tree trunks further in the forest that people could hide behind. And then in those sort of special moments, we used some of the special effects with the witch and some of these leaf patterns so that we could try to say to the audience, we're someplace different now.
Of corn, pull it from the ears and feed it to the cow.
Do you think they've ever heard house left? Getting light on the witch, I never really imagined we would have so much trouble. But because of where the pipes are that you can hang the lights, because where the trees were that were hanging sort of in front of them, and because not only the witches, Rachel is tall, and Ben Kolker, who was one of the princes, is even taller. And so every time I thought I had it, I'd be like, great, they'd be lit up to here. And so that really took way more work than I thought it would. But we finally got it, by going, okay, now you have to stand right here. so that your light, your face is lit. My best friend who has a really similar job to mine, advice is always read the play. read the play, then go read the play again, and then read the play before you get into the tech part and all of that, because you are trying to be part of a group of people that are making a statement for the playwright. And most of the time, you're really trying to convey what the playwright is thinking. And there are just a few shows where you're playing a joke on the audience, and those are a lot of fun. But you want to serve the playwright, serve the production concept, which you work on and the director works on, and serve the show. So you don't want to do anything that gets in the way of, somebody's big singing moment, and you don't want to get somebody behind something so they're not seen. And that's why they talk about it as a collaborative art, because everybody, is mixing in there, and hopefully you get something like we got, which is a show where pretty much everything worked, and people, Orsina tells me people are still stopping him to talk about it. We had great singers, we had great actors, we had great costumes, the lights, the set, all of that worked together, and the orchestra sounded great. And so, yeah, we're still getting compliments on it.